Happy Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Hobby Boys. We're good about to talk about drinking sides. I am Brian Balicki.
And I'm your host, of course, the creepy uncle of podcasting, aka Uncle Ice Cream. Hi, Little Hood Ice Cream Nation, recording live as always from the Ice Creamatorium. I'm your editor-in-chief here at the North Pole Weekly. Dr. Officer Ice Cream reporting for duty.
Ice cream, yes, ice cream.
And ACAB, of course, all ice creams are beautiful. I am your OGC, the original gangsta ice cream.
I get down with the ICEE.
Yeah, you know I see me, and Santa rules everything around me.
Santa. Wow.
And don't forget...
Don't
Jingle,
forget, folks.
jingle,
Jingle, jingle bells.
Y'all.
Y'all.
I want to... How does it go? I want to go back to Texas.
I want to get on. Oh, no. I missed the... Oh, no, the ocean's no place for a squirrel.
That's right. You should know this. You just sent this to your boss.
I know. Well, I didn't watch it. I just sent it to him. It actually wasn't the song. It was the part that where they're like,
Oh, okay.
"Hey, Patrick, what am I?
Squirrel
Stupid?"
wisdom.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
That was a different episode. Squirrels is dumb. Just saying.
Oh, shit. Okay. Pretend to be
Come
an
on.
expert now.
I am no expert. I am someone who is I'm a fan.
I got another funky one that might have a recall.
Is it the same one?
I thought it was, but this is a Scotch ale.
Oh, okay. No, that one should be good.
That should be good. Okay.
It was a Hefeweizen that got recalled.
Okay, which I did drink. Scotch ale. I've never had one of these. This is former guest Charles of Charles Month fame. One of his favorite beers. I am not super familiar with the Scotch ale, but I guess it's what makes Scotch before they distill it.
Oh, interesting.
You know? Because all whiskey is beer, but just distilled. In a way. Ooh, it smells stanky. Ooh, that's real stanky. I don't think I like Scotch ale. It's just off the nose here. It's my sommelier brain catching it and kicking in.
Okay. I have a confession to make.
I got a confession to make.
Texas is dumb.
That's the reboot version.
Yeah. So I did not realize. So we in the beginning of this series, we had talked about that my box.
Flat as fuck.
My box was fucked up, bro.
Fucked up, dude.
My box got fucked up.
It's like the box drank the whole box, bro.
Yeah. The box got wasted. And peed all over itself. And I didn't notice until I tried to get the 23rd beer. Also, happy Festivus episode, everybody. Festivus is today. Happy Festivus. And this beer was punctured. It was a casualty of shipping, I would assume, which is weird because it's in the center of the box. Like, this is a very difficult
This is the last
beer
one you'd expect.
to kind of punch it. Second to last beer in the middle of the box. And it's it was definitely empty. There was definitely like mold all over the bottom of the box that I just didn't realize. So that one was Traditions Gerbrow. I think we've had a Traditions. Actually, that was the people who had that Imperial Porter that was really good that I liked.
Oh, okay.
And this was supposed to be a dark lager. So I did not. I'm not drinking that one. That was not. And I took a page out of Brendan's book. And I pulled something from the back of my fridge.
What is that?
It's a Malibu Splash sparkling malt beverage with natural flavors.
Ooh. Sounds delicious.
It is. I think on a different day in a different scenario, this might be pretty okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it tastes like a Bay Breeze with a little bit of pineapple in it.
Okay. I mean, Bay Breeze is fuck. Is that thing carbonated? Is it sparkling?
It is carbonated, so it's actually kind of fun.
That is fun. Maybe some Bay Breeze, maybe like a little club soda on top or something.
Yeah.
But your initial reaction, were you choking or was it like bad?
I was choking.
Okay.
Like a bubble touched the back of my throat, and
okay.
I didn't want to spit it everywhere. So, yeah. Again, we're kind of recording these back to back. We are recording these back to back, not kind of.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of literally in some
A little
figurative
bit.
way, running them back to
Yeah.
back. So going from like malty hoppy beverage to like this is straight up fucking sugar.
Yeah,
It
different.
was just very
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 jarring.
stark
Yeah.
contrast. Yes.
I have here the aforementioned in this series Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company Mountain Man Scotch Ale, and this tastes like I am like drinking the liquid version of this man's beard on the can.
Oh God.
Like it tastes
That's gonna be pretty good then.
like leather and like cologne. I don't know.
Okay. The real man's beer is what you're telling me.
It is, and I don't know how this happened, but this came from the same fridge as the other ones. This one is like hot. It's like warm. And the first two beers, like normal fridge temperature. This one like got really hot in my ice pack bag. I don't know what happened in here.
Well,
But
I mean,
it's
I
like,
took a look at that picture on there, and I'll tell you what,
guy's fucking
I'm
hot.
hot. So
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
like, makes sense that beer is scalding.
Yeah. Yes, and it's not. I'm not enjoying myself on the podcast
That's
or
not
this
good.
with this drink in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
miserable.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of hot men, we meant to get to that queer talk.
All right, queer, yeah. um, so I saw it with Darian and our friend Ruth.
To see gay James Bond.
To see gay James Bond, and Darian and Ruth were all revved up to see dudes kiss each other and fuck each other and all that stuff. I'll say spoilers if you don't want to be spoiled. I mean, I'm not gonna say much, but like about some plot points of queer. There's definitely not as much fucking as I mean. There is some gratuitous fucking. I thought it was gonna be a lot more. This is a very different movie than what I thought I was getting into.
It's not just like a Call Me by Your Name. Sex.
No, it's not. Definitely not a fuck fest movie.
Oh.
Again, there is some of that in there, but it is very like it's heady as fuck. Especially towards the end.
Unlike this beer's got no head. It's flat as fuck.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like a Judd Apatow sitcom, and it's pretty straightforward and stupid.
Or to go back to beer, it's like a poorly poured Guinness. Too much heady.
Too much, yeah, that's right. All head.
Or I mean, it could be heady if there's head being given too. Was there a blowjob in the film?
There is a blowjob in the film.
One blowjob.
There are two blowjobs in the film. Yeah.
Is it
one hand job?
More or less graphic than the White Lotus blowjob scene? Well, no, there's an ass fuck scene. I'm thinking of the ass fuck. I was thinking of the
ass fuck.
The fatherly ass fuck scene.
Oh, right.
Before you know, it's not really his dad, or is it his dad?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is pretty gratuitous.
Okay.
They kind of I made some jokes that like I wonder. Another spoiler alert. Daniel Craig is the one who's giving head. And I was wondering how funny it must have been to give Daniel Craig notes on how to suck a guy off.
And you're like yelling this for the whole theater to hear?
Yeah, I was doing commentary, kind of like Mystery Science Theater. I actually like kind of made it so like there was light beaming back into my face, so it looked like I had a little shadow of my head too. Yeah, it was a good setup.
You brought in lights to the theater.
Yeah, I had my whole
your whole movie watching setup that you have.
Right. Yeah. They got my like pocket pussy for cranking off.
Right. Like, how funny it must be that Daniel Craig's getting commentary as a blowjob while you're fucking your pocket pussy. And this is like every time I've ever seen a movie with Brian. Like we saw 21 Jump Street, fucking his pocket pussy like crazy, doing commentary.
I mean, Channing Tatum, come on.
It's crazy.
So back to the headiness. Headiness.
What do you mean by that,
it was.
By the
way? It's just like I mean, it is very abstract. I guess is the best way to put it.
Like, I mean, the trailer did look a little bit like that. Like it was going to be. It almost gave me, like energy-wise, it gave me the energy of like Poor Things from last year, like a little out there, a little strange.
Which I never saw. I wanted to. I just never saw it. I heard it was really good.
It was really good. It was honestly like less strange than the trailer for that movie was when I actually watched it.
Right.
Actually made sense for the most part.
Right.
Yeah. So, new vocabulary word, not so heady.
Not so heady.
Not so heady.
All together.
Yeah. Judd Apatow.
Right. That's I mean,
Or that's the opposite.
What has that man done recently? I guess
the
last thing he made was Bros, right?
Documentaries of he makes documentaries for like bands he likes sometimes.
Oh, it's interesting.
Like he did the Avett Brothers, a couple other ones. I think.
Hurricane Chris.
Avett Brothers. I don't know who Hurricane Chris is.
That's the guy who sung Avett.
Okay, I guess I could have put two and two together.
Yeah. Context clues.
Sometimes when you say two things, it could just be two very separate things.
You know what? You got me there because I do that a lot. I do have some verbal stims that I will just shout out.
To say things.
Yeah. I didn't know that was like the word or term for that, a verbal stim. Like when you like say like things from Reels or TikToks or even SpongeBob or something like that, and just say them out of context. Non sequitur or verbal stim. I think that's the best way to put it.
That makes sense, but I think those have always sort of been around, like when you're in a conversation, and sometimes like if you're friends with enough people that are like this, you all see a reference happen, and you say a thing, and it's a reference, but it's just like these words all sounded like they made sense, and we all wanted to say the same thing together. I don't know. I can't think of an example, but like it happens constantly in podcasts too.
True. That's just jokes, man. We're just saying jokes. Oh, Brian, you just described jokes.
It's not really a joke. It's just like we said a thing because it sounded like this thing, and it doesn't like forward the conversation at all. It's just like it sounded like it, so we have to say it out loud and then move on.
Yeah, we have to say it.
Have to, but it is. It's like but it feels good. It's like it's a stim. It's like a tick, like a verbal tick. Like it's
exactly
Tourette's, but everybody has it.
It's your Tourette's, but for everybody else.
Right. I'm sharing it with you all.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Now that's contagious.
That's contagious.
Talk about contagious from last episode or 2 episodes ago. I forget which one.
I think we talk about it every episode so far.
Being a contagion.
Yeah.
Speaking of contagious, are you going to see? Have you seen any of the 28 movies? 28 days, weeks.
I have.
Later?
I've seen. I think the first one, because I could kind of vividly picture the scene where they're running away in like the big field.
Right.
I think it's like the famous scene from that. But I want to say I saw both because the third one's coming out, right?
Right. I would say it's like such a weird movie to be like so far removed from the other, like in time wise.
Yeah, like one movie, the next movie, removed. And then like 20 years, and then here's the third.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Andrew Greenaway, friend of the Sanchez gang, loves the 28 days, weeks movies.
Wow.
Friends with Sean Nieves of Pot of Hot Coffee podcast.
Pot of Hot Coffee. We gotta get him on.
Was friends with him.
Gotta get him on.
No longer. Another fallen angel to Sean Nieves' friend repertoire.
Fake friend alert.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have the Pot of Hot Coffee guys on.
We gotta.
It's
in the code. It's in the podcaster's code. When you know someone who does a podcast, you gotta podcast with them.
I don't know. I forgot to mention this last episode because you actually know who this is, but the co-host of that show is Travis Hurley.
No fucking way.
So half the show is pretty good. He's to say it nicely, he's weighed down a little bit by the other people involved. So maybe we should just have Travis Hurley on the show.
Easy.
He's coming on the Lonely Boy soon.
Wow.
I haven't talked to him in. Actually,
great get.
I don't know if I told you that I ran into him recently because he still lives in Lyndhurst. I might have mentioned this in one of the podcasts, but we were on a walk and then this like large figure just comes walking at us around the corner and just like he gets really close and I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And it's Travis and he's giving me and Nicole a hug together. And I'm like, oh my God, hi. And he says hello for a minute. Talked to him for a couple minutes. He was like walking a dog with his friend who I see in town a lot, like since I moved back here. Then like a week later, I'm walking through my side gate to get to my side door, and I just hear someone from the corner of the street go, "Subtlety!" I'm like, what? And I turn and it's him. And like I really didn't want to talk because I just wanted to go. I just finished work. I want to go inside. I don't want to like leave, go around, and like shit. So I just yell. I'm like, I gotta take a shit, and then I go inside and
it's a great out.
Don't take a shit. Yeah, smart. But
he's peering through the window. He's like, "Hey,
you're not shitting.
I'm not taking a shit." It's like, you don't know that. You don't know I'm not taking a
know,
shit
I
in my
didn't say
pants right
where I was
now.
going to do it. Yeah. So Travis is back.
Saying hello for a minute is very weird.
It's yeah. It's like the hardest. They didn't teach our generation how to do small talk well.
No.
That's for
so much
charismatic
so that
people.
It came up in a conversation with some of my coworkers, and someone was like, "What do you dislike about conventions?" Or like, no, what do you like most about conventions? And I was like, honestly, people are okay with me just cutting straight to medium talk, and that's great.
Yeah.
I don't want to do small
Well, that's
talk.
my
I hate
problem
it.
with the small talk is like sometimes when you only have time for the small, I feel like I didn't give them anything of substance. But I think everybody else thinks it's normal when you like they know you only have
Yeah.
a minute and you're like kind of passing each other and like I'm
Yeah.
not I don't want to. It's a very Larry David-esque thing like where you stayed the perfect amount of time
Right.
and then got out of there and you gave them a good interaction. But I still in the back of my mind I'm like well, I didn't really say anything good. I just like said what
Right.
needed to be said and like I
I
get in
said
my
you
own head
said what
about it.
they wanted to hear. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Put on
Yeah.
put on the show for a minute, but
Right.
it feels fake because it sort of is.
It does.
It feels
Yeah,
fake
it is.
because you didn't get to that medium talk you're talking about.
Right. It's the social contract of like you need to bridge that gap between the weather and like, oh, hey, I heard your aunt died, and let's talk about that for a
Congrats,
little bit.
get inheritance, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
50K, that's pretty good.
yeah, if you know, but if you're like you both have places to be, or like you're in a walk or whatever, and you're going the opposite directions, or you're just leaving somewhere that they're just coming into, it should just be like, I don't have time to have a real conversation. I'm just gonna say, hello, goodbye, see you around.
Yeah.
If I had time, I would
I
talk,
need
but
a
I just didn't.
sign
Yeah.
that says no small talk, like the that Childish Gambino song. Bitch, I'm making calls. No small talk.
What song is that? It's starting to ring a bell.
It's off Stone Mountain.
That makes sense because I haven't heard it enough. I think the songs that aren't like the bigger hits, I heard it only a couple times. Or it's also not accessible, not super accessible.
It is not. I mean, it's a mixtape, so it's not on like Spotify or anything like
Yeah.
that. Only the Kawhi songs.
The
are.
Kawhi side of things, I like a lot, probably
Yeah.
because I actually was able to hear them more
Yeah.
often. All right.
Yeah, I like downloaded the mixtape in college, and like back when I was like, I don't want to use Spotify. I'm just gonna use my
but that was
phone.
smart because like those things are the things that you should have downloaded because there's no way to find them anymore. There's a couple songs that are lost to time that I like really loved from that mixtape, but I can't even name them.
Yeah, I think it's on YouTube.
No,
if anything,
all right, I could rip it on there.
Yeah. I think in the context of this pack, I have to say nay for the Malibu.
Yeah, that's fair. You can't say yay to the broken beer that spilled all over and gave you mold poisoning.
Right.
I started drinking this again. Went back to the Talk House because I couldn't handle the Jeremiah Johnson Beer Company anymore.
Fucking beardy boys.
Maybe this is a bad Scotch ale. Maybe it's really old. Maybe I don't know how it got hot. It's weird, but
it's definitely old.
This is one of the hardest nays I've had this entire project here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unsure.
Oh no, I didn't even